I've got the banana flavored Street Bob here. This is the 2025 version. We're gonna take off and have a good time. Woo! Alright, so this is a good time to tell you that the color is actually called Centerline, not banana, unfortunately. But this is also a good time to tell you a little bit more about the Street Bob. I know some of you are familiar already with it, but I wasn't, and so let me give you the specs. So Harley's Softail line has 6 different variants of motorcycles. It's one chassis, 6 unique variants. And the Street Bob falls more towards the classic, not the modern part of the spectrum, but honestly, I think it looks more modern than classic, but I guess that's just how you define classic versus modern. For the 2025 version, you can have the option to get laced wheels or the cast wheels. I think the cast wheels look cooler. The bike starts at $16,000. It's got 98 horsepower, 47 miles per gallon, seat height is 25.8 inches, and 120 foot-pounds of torque. I think the paint and the tank graphics look really good. They look super sharp. And it does have that classic bobber styling, but to me it also really looks modern and well thought out. It has a bigger Milwaukee 8117 Classic V-twin engine and improved Showa dual bending valve front suspension. There's a new 2-in-1 exhaust, which I think sounds really, really good stock. It's definitely a refined roar. You do get a rear monoshock with under-the-seat cam-style preload adjustment that does help you keep the ride smooth, although I will say the suspension on this felt very in the middle to me. Not very stiff, not very loose either, and I think the seat does a lot for shock absorption in itself because the seat is really comfortable. This year's version comes with selectable ride modes and a 4-inch display, and you also have new rider safety enhancements like cornering ABS, traction control, drag torque slip control, and tire pressure monitoring. Those are all now standard. I wanted to put my feet back like a sport bike again. Oh my god, it's instant. You take off instantly. Wow. I don't know why I was expecting it to be way less smooth down low when you take off. But that was really, really smooth. I am pleasantly surprised by that. Okay, let's see. Turn signals. I don't know how to... Is this self-canceling? I don't think it's self-canceling. Oh, okay. Is it self-canceling? It is self-canceling. I wasn't sure if the turn signals were self-canceling or not, but they are. Jen, the Harley employee that I was talking to earlier, who was explaining about the bike, picked this one because she said it's her favorite because it's like lightweight and nimble, and honestly, I really have to agree with her, it is. I'm getting used to the throttle a little bit. I feel like I'm not as smooth on it as I should be, but it's like instant. Twitch a little bit and it gives you power. I love this thing. You know, I've only been on it for like 15 seconds, but that's fine. One can love something at first sight. Wow, yeah, it feels great to be able to touch the ground on both sides here, I'm not gonna lie. Wow, that's such a smooth takeoff. Such a smooth takeoff. Yeah, self-canceling turn signals too. Wow, this is luxury, you guys. I'll have none of this stuff on Spicy Boy. Yeah, this is great. Look at that. Full foot on the ground, not even wearing any heeled shoes. Despite the fact that you're straddling this thing really wide, it's still low to the ground. I gotta put what the seat height is up on screen here because I don't know off the top of my head, but it feels low and nice. Another thing Jen mentioned to me is that brake lever is adjustable. Let's get to power. Ooh, those shifts are so good. It sounds good. I gotta get used to reaching the turn signal because I can't reach it properly. I got tiny hands. A lot of it is gonna be user error. I can't see anything because of this car. They got tints so I can't see through it. I feel like I look down and it's just like yellow overload. I love it. Just like all I could see is yellow in my vision. Alright, I gotta learn to be smoother with shifting the gears, because normally I'm much smoother than that on the sport bikies, but on this I'm not used to it yet. I wonder if these handlebars are adjustable, like can you bring them up further or down lower? I'm not sure if this is the first bike that I've ridden that has had handlebars that were this tall. Wow, that throttle is so responsive. I just went over a little bump and my wrist shifted on it, and off I went. I was like, huh. Plenty of punch here. Yeah, in terms of like how light it is side to side, not bad. I mean, I wouldn't want to, you know, tip over with it like past the point of no return, but I'm sure these wide foot pegs would save it if I did. But yeah, Jen was right. It is lightweight and nimble. Way more lightweight and nimble than the Heritage that I rode to Babes Ride Out one year. Alright, that was not smooth. Let's see if we can do 2 to 3 smoother. Okay, that was better. Not by much, but a little better. Maybe just 1 to 2 is jerkier. I always get to meet very interesting people whenever I do any type of like press trip like this, and one of the interesting YouTubers I met, he's got the Playboy Bunny helmet as his logo. He can wheelie Harleys, that's his thing. His group of his group of friends had the wildest stories about getting pulled over by cops because they were wheeling, but then the cops just end up being impressed by the fact that they could wheelie that well, so they get away with it. I wish I was that cool. And one of the guys was saying, he's like, well, you youngins couldn't get away with that because you're young, but the cop pulled me over and they see I'm an old man and they're like, alright, sorry sir. That was a cool wheelie. Oh, there we go. I made my shift smoother by taking my time to release the clutch a little more. That's the trick. I will say it is, my wrist doesn't like this. I don't know if this is a 2-finger clutch. It doesn't feel like a 2-finger clutch. It feels like a 4-finger clutch. After ripping around on a beast like the Street Bob, the last thing I want to do is sit at a desk and edit videos. But what I do want to do is stand at a desk and edit videos, and thanks to today's sponsor FlexiSpot, I have an awesome standing desk that fits the bill. This is the FlexiSpot E7 Plus Premium Standing Desk, and just like the Street Bob, it's customizable, adjustable, and built like a tank, with industrial level steel. I often spend 8 or more hours editing a single video, which is an unhealthy amount of time to be sitting down, so standing desk is perfect for me. If you watch this channel, you love motors, which is great because the E7 Pro has a motorized dual motor lift that smoothly adjusts this desk to any height, and because it's built with steel, it doesn't wobble. It even comes in various different sizes to fit your space. Here I went for the 55 by 28 inch, which fits my editing laptop perfectly with room to spare. Not to mention this desk can handle 440 pounds and has a huge adjustable range from 25 inches to 50.6 inches. You get 15-year warranty and 30 days risk-free return service. FlexiSpot is always having sales, so don't miss out. You can shop now and use the code YTE7P50 to save an extra $50 off and get your own E7 Pro standing desk. Now, let's get back to the video. We got 2 other people on this group ride with us. Spite's Corners behind me, and actually I don't know who the other person is. I'll have to find out. But it's so punchy but smooth at the same time. If you discount all the times that I make an error and don't let up clutch smoothly enough so that it feels jerky, that's not the bike, that's just me. Because if you let it out smoothly, this bike is quite smooth. Despite it being like a lot of vibration, it doesn't come through to my legs at all, to the bottom of my foot, and it doesn't come through the seat very much at all, which is great because that kind of stuff fatigues you when you're riding for a long period of time. Like, it's so bad on my MT-07, and I know I can't really or shouldn't compare this to an MT-07, but I'm comparing it more as like, if you're interested in buying a cruiser, here are the benefits over like a sport naked or a sport bike. Comfort is a huge one. You're doing like long rides, this is the way to go. I haven't gotten it up to like big speeds yet, so I can't say, you know, what it's gonna feel like on the highway. Hopefully I can, I'm not sure if we have highway. I think it's all city roads to get to this location, so I won't do that now, but I'll do it later. I'm trying to get up a little bit higher with these cobblestone roads. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of them when I'm riding the MT-07, and I'm not a fan of them on this thing. It just makes it feel like you're going on pebbles. Oh my god, look at me. I can take off with 1 foot on the ground now on this thing. The one thing I like about cruisers versus sport bikes or upright nakeds is that I'm not sitting squished into the tank like normally on my MT-07 in an attempt to get as close to the ground as possible so I can reach better. I'll sit really close to the tank up front. I usually don't sit in the middle of my seat. I sit in the front where it's narrower. I don't have to suffer that on a cruiser. Jen here is also riding the same bike as me. I bet they gave me the yellow one because it looks good on camera. Bright colors on motorcycles. I don't know, I'm torn because I like the blacked out look, but then a color scheme like this just makes me so happy to look at it. I like yellow in general on cars, on a lot of things. I really want to say the exhaust on this thing sounds really good stock. Yeah, it's like a refined, not super aggressive, but not super quiet. It kind of hits a sweet spot where it's not really blowing out my eardrums. Like, you ever ride behind somebody with an SC Project exhaust on? Like, you will have ringing in your ears when you get home. 100%. That shit could not be good for your hearing. Maybe that's a strange thing to say on a brand that's like all about loud pipes save lives, but so does practicing your riding skills and riding defensively. Loud pipes save lives, but they might ruin your hearing permanently. The other thing I thought was going to be hard to do on this was turn tightly, but that is not hard at all. These handlebars are so high that turning is super easy. I feel like I could do tighter donuts on this bike than I could on the MT-07. This road is a bit bumpy. It's a good time to test out the suspension though. Uh-oh, all the police are here today. They're clocking people. I've never seen this many cop cars on the bridge. Alright, thoughts on the suspension so far? I have to see what components of it are, oh. Did you guys see what I just did? Literally, because I'm not used to taking my hands off of the throttle, I'm being finicky with it. I'm not used to it. Just tried to signal with my other hand. The suspension on this feels nice. It's not too stiff. It's not too soft either. It's somewhere really. It's mid. It's very in the middle. Parking entrance. Here we go. Good thing. See, this is why we wear Kevlar, guys. See, some people have burned to themselves before, but we wear our gear. Alright, round 2, we're gonna be racing against some rain. And by racing, I mean driving the speed limit like a good girl. Alright, I do have to remember, I think I am in gear already. Really clutching when I start this thing. Oh wow, I just saw, yeah, 199 miles on it. Jake was saying his had like less than 20. Let's test our turning radius here. Yeah, this thing is really easy to turn. I'm not used to having handlebars up this high. I bet you Jake's having fun on that Pan America behind me. He doesn't care what potholes he goes over. I bet you're having fun on that thing. You don't care what potholes you go over. Woo! Pretty nice. Oh, there comes the rain. Rain, rain, go away. I think we're technically running away from it. See if these Harleys are fast enough to outrun the rain. Can't ruin my mascara. See, it's weird because I keep touching this. That engine's not hot. The engine here, like my calf kind of touches it, but it's not burning me. But that side, the pipe, if I touch it, is not comfortable. Oh, I could put it in rain mode now. Alright, let's get some highway action. What a perfect time to review this thing. The throttle response is much smoother in rain mode, as I would expect it to be. Like, it's definitely not as punchy as road mode, which is what I was in before. So yeah, this bike comes with 3 modes: road, rain, and sport. Actually get to try rain in its natural habitat. Wow, yeah. It feels surprisingly pleasant. I wouldn't dare try this on my MT. The road gear is also kind of grooved, so it's good for rain to not sit on top of the blacktop. Try a little rain mode. Yeah, I did. It's very smooth in rain mode. Did I get it in neutral already? I did. Okay. Yeah, very nice in rain mode. Which one is the hotel? Okay, I got everything. Is this where the entire Harley crew is staying?